The dusty streets of Fabens, Texas remind many of its politically exiled residents of home just across the border in Mexico. But it was just across this border in the Juarez Valley of Guadalupe that JOSÉ Holguín lost his oldest son to the violence of El Chapo's Sinaloa cartel.
Nosotros sufrimos un fuerte golpe.
We were struck with great difficulty when our son was murdered. That's when we started to think, how are we going to survive? We can't be here in Juarez, he says. In the years following 2008, this town of 20,000 people was nearly abandoned, reduced to 1,000 when foot soldiers from the Sinaloa cartel moved into town, searching for new territory on the U.S. border. When Holguín's bus company refused to pay their extortion fee, they shot and killed his son, Alberto.
Dentro de tu mente, dentro de tu corazón.
Inside your mind and inside your heart, to be able to come to terms with the death of a child, it's just something that's nearly impossible to overcome, he says. After Alberto's death in 2009, Holguín readied his family, crossed the border, and claimed political asylum in Fabens.
The vast majority of individuals from Guadalupe who seek political asylum do it lawfully. They don't try to enter the country illegally. They go to a bridge and they present themselves in accordance with international asylum law, presenting their case to a Customs and Border Protection agent.
Immigration attorney Carlos SPECTOR represents 35 families in the Fabens area seeking asylum, roughly 250 people. Many of them are detained for months, up to 6 or even 10 in some cases. And he says only 1% of asylum cases will actually be granted.
They're not really sad that it's taking so long. They're frustrated that they live in a permanent state of limbo, but nonetheless, they'd prefer to be waiting for a hearing than waiting for their death.
Just across the fence in that direction is Guadalupe, Mexico. Less than 5 miles in this direction is Fabens, Texas. But that short distance, for many of these families, is the difference between life and death.
Tuvimos que pedir asilo político.
We had to ask for political asylum so we can have a legal status. It definitely wasn't our intention. We're Mexican and we love our country, but we just can't live there anymore, he says. Now, Holguín and families like his live in homes like this, multiple people per house, waiting to see if Fabens will continue to be their safe haven or if they'll return to Mexico, a country that left a hole in their heart. Alex Pena, CBS News.